So, you want to learn how to duplicate items in MotorTown. Okay, fine, I got you. Let's go. So, what you got to do is go to wherever you have whatever it is you want to duplicate, load it up, or built up. So here, for instance, I've got 14 H-beams. No problem. Let's load 4 up. Doesn't matter where they're going to, because you're not actually delivering them. Now they're loaded up. Now what you want to do is exit to menu. Now, what you got to do is open up where your save games are stored. Let me just create a new folder, anywhere at all, does not matter, and call it backup. I'm going to call it exploit backup, just so I can navigate my way to it. So, you want to go to your local folder. Now, if you don't know how to do that, what you got to do is you got to go up here where the cursor turns up, not over here where it's an arrow, over here for a cursor. Click on it, and then you got to type in %local app data %. Then press enter. Now I will put that up on screen as well. Then once you're there, it'll bring you to this window where all your game saves are. Click on one, press M, it will take you down to your M's. If you've got multiple, then find MotorTown and open MotorTown. Then save games, and then this is where your game is saved. Now what you want to do, select both of those and copy them to your new folder wherever you created it. Probably slightly easier to do it in a separate drive if you have a spare separate drive. If not, doesn't matter. Just make sure they're copied and not moved. Now, we go back into the game. But you do need to go to somebody else's game. If you have a friend, then click join, go to your friend's game if your friend is hosting. If not, go to a server. But make sure you have permission from the admin of the server or the owner, because if you get banned or kicked for doing glitches and exploits in somebody else's server because you didn't ask permission, don't come crying to me about it. So I'm in my own server here. I'm just gonna click, and we have 24 H-beams in stock, but I have 4 on board. So if I unload all 4 of these, there are now 28. What I gotta do, back out to the main menu. Then we go back to our save games, and we delete both of these. Yes. And then from our backups, copy them back over. Then go back into your server, or friend's game. And then we left with 28 with us unloaded. But if we check now, we're still loaded, and there's still 28. So them 4 that we just unloaded were duplicated. So we can unload these again. That will put, well, 30 because 30 is max, but otherwise it would have been 32. So now, once we've done all that, what we can do is we can load these back up, strap them up, make sure they're strapped, and now I'm taking 4 back from the 8 or 6 that I've put in there. And now what we can do is go back into the main menu, go back into our own account, our single player, then we can unload them, and that brings back the duplicated ones into our personal world. So we're back up to 14 now. Remember, I took 4 out, so we were down to 10. And now all I've got to do is back out, go back into the server where I dropped them off. Any minute now. There we go. Back in, load up again, and then we can bring more back. But only take what you've duplicated, and if you do have permission to do this, it is kind of nice to just leave some behind, just so you've done something productive for the server as well. So there we go, I've taken back another 4. Exit back to menu, and we're going back into our single player game, just like this. And there we left with 14. There should still be 14. Yep, there is. Unload, and now we have 18. So I've officially duplicated 4. Now, the first 4 that we duplicated, I didn't go into the save games and run the backup. Otherwise, I could have made them 4 that I took in originally for free, essentially, but it doesn't really matter. It just takes a few extra seconds to do it, so you can do it if you want to. And that is how to duplicate any resource in the game. I've tried it with a few different things, and it works with everything as far as I can tell. But the star of the show is how to duplicate money. Now, what you've got to do is you've got to start a job. Any job, it can be delivering H-beams. So load up as normal, strap them down, and then run to the end. But stop before you deliver them. And get your contract if you want to, and then I will show you what to do when we get there. So let's move over to that. So as you can see, I've got my busload of passengers, full comfort bonus and full time bonus. I'm on time. So my balance up in the top is 8 million currently. All I've got to do is stop here right before I deliver them. Doesn't matter where you stop, but as long as you don't deliver the passengers. Now you want to exit out, exit to menu, and then we open up our backup folders, just like this. Now we copy from our save games into the backup, create a backup, just like that. Done. Now we're back into the game, and now we can drive forward and deliver our passengers, or whatever we're delivering. For me it happens to be passengers, for you it could be logs or sand, anything you want. As you can see, 8 million still. We're about to get paid 8.2 mil, nearly 8.3. So now we exit back to the menu, bring up our backup folders, and now what we want to do is in the game saves, we want to delete the world's parts. And then from our backup, drag it back in, copy that back there. So now we've got the original backup from before we saved and the current what's going on in the world. Now back to the game, drive back in, there we go, and my balance hasn't changed. It's still 8.2, nearly 8.3, but we are back with a bus full of passengers and all our full bonuses. So now we can drive forward, open the doors, and we can get paid again. And that has to be worthy of a like and subscribe. Now just to show you that that wasn't a fluke and you can do that multiple times, we're at 8.5 mil, back to menu, bring up our backups, and then we're deleting worlds again, copying it back from the backup folder, back into drive, and there we go. We're back in 8.5 mil still, and a busload of passengers. Boom, unloaded. Now this works with almost every job in the game. Every job that I've tried it with, it works. For the record, 7 of the 8 mil that I now have, or nearly 9 mil, is actually legit money. So I've not done this much. I've only earned about a mil doing this. But yeah, as you can see, it works over and over again. So what are you going to do with all this new money that you've got? So I think it's perfectly reasonable to be buying some terrors, but you've only made 1? Well, I suppose that's not really a problem. Let's have a look. So I've made 2 here, but say for instance I need 4. Okay, no worries. So we'll buy this one. There we go. That leaves me with only 1 available. Or does it? Because if we quit back to the menu and use the same trick as before, we open up the backups, and this time we're going to delete the worlds and replace it with the worlds, same as before. Back into the game. Yeah, I reloaded the wrong save. Never mind. There's our terror. Back for sale again. And still 2 available. I should own 2 now. Let's have a look. Terror. Oh look, I own 2. There's my original one. There's the new one I've just bought. Let's get this out. Roll that down. Now I can carry on buying these. So if I just buy this one. Oh, hang on. I'm not going to make that same mistake again. I'm going to back out to the main menu here. Now I'm going to back up right before I buy it. So just drag them across. Done. Now back into the game. Go. Buy. Done. This also works with the delivery ones. If you don't want to buy them, you just want to deliver them. Now all I've got to do is put that outside. Now this should be back down to 1 again. Yep, 1 available. And there it is. There is the one that's available. Now I could buy this one again to show you that there's now 0 available. And now I own 4 Terrors. So if I come in here, yep, 0 available. However, if I back out to the main menu, bring up the backups. There we go. Now all I've got to do is delete the worlds, copy it back into the game. And there we go. There's another one available there. 2 available there. Let's get through. Make sure I still own the same 4 that I did. Terror. Oh, 2 R's. There you go. I own 4. So I now can buy unlimited amounts of Terrors as long as I've got the money to do so. Not that I actually want them. I'm going to go and sell them straight after this video because I actually don't find them useful at all, personally. But other people love them and want a fleet full of them. So combine the first 2 methods and there you go. You've got unlimited Terrors. So let me know in the comments what kind of plans you have for these exploits, and also let me know what you think about them. Now we've got one more little thing to show you. However, it's not a money making method, but it is fun. So let's head over and check that one out. Right, here we go with our next little trick. Now this one is just for fun, and make sure you only do this in private games. If you do it in a dedicated server, it will guaranteed crash the server. You do not want to be banned for doing things like that. So pick up your winch hook, stick this right there in the center. You're going to grab your winch controller and wind the winch in as far as it will go. There we go. And you have a 100-mile-an-hour dory wrecker. Off she goes. Oh, it's ridiculous, but it's a bit of fun. Oh, no, don't do that. I'm a vehicle. Alright, let's see what else we can do with this, because there is a slightly more powerful version. I'm going to send it that way this time. In fact, no. I like seeing it jump off that rock. Line it up. Perfect. Now, don't want the handbrake on, because we're trying to get this as fast as possible. So first, grab the winch hook. Get it right there. Now we're going to double down by doing that. And now, quickly, before it runs off, there we go. Now do the winch as well. It should go even faster. Oh, that was a decent jump. It would be better if you blocked it with another vehicle. Anyway, that's just a bit of fun. This one is even worse. Now, this is the one that will crash the server. Alright, gonna park it up there. Can leave the handbrake on for this one. Wrong button. There we go. Now we want to go for the crane, and we're going to throttle up all the way, and we want to turn the crane left or right, doesn't matter which, and we're just going to keep going all the way. There we go. Now this one will get patched soon. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and there we go. Now we just wait. Now you can get off the ride if you want to. It carries on. And if you do that and the dory winch thing at the same time, yeah, you've virtually guaranteed 0 FPS on a server. It's completely random as to how fast this goes. I think it picks and chooses whatever it likes. But that will carry on forever until you despawn the vehicle or respawn it somewhere else. But yeah, there's your dancing wreckers. Anyway, that is all I've got time for today. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and join me in the next one. Bye bye for now.